In this lesson, we shall look at WBS and scheduling. That is to find out how the work breakdown structure connects with scheduling of construction projects. How WBS links with the overall project schedule. 1. Task identification and sequencing. The WBS identifies all the tasks and deliverables that need to be completed in a construction project. Once these tasks are defined, they are sequenced and linked in the project schedule. Each work package in the WBS is transformed into tasks or activities in the schedule, where dependencies between tasks are established. For example, a work package like pour foundation in the WBS is translated into a scheduled task with start and finish dates. The task might also be dependent on the completion of other tasks, for example, excavation. 2. Resource allocation and time estimation. The WBS also helps in resource allocation and time estimation, as each work package is small enough to estimate the required resources, for example, labor, equipment, materials, and time. These estimates are then used to build a detailed project schedule. For instance, the task framing the building will require carpenters, materials, and tools, and the duration will be estimated based on the scope defined in the WBS. This information is then incorporated into the overall schedule. 3. Milestone creation. Key deliverables or phases from the WBS, for example, foundation completed or building framing complete, can be converted into milestones in the project schedule. Milestones represent significant points in the project where major deliverables are achieved, and they help in tracking progress. 4. Managing dependencies. The hierarchical structure of the WBS makes it easier to identify dependencies between tasks. For example, the completion of a roof installation work package depends on the completion of framing. These dependencies are reflected in the project schedule, where tasks are linked in a logical sequence. 5. Budgeting and cost control. The WBS also helps link cost to specific tasks in the schedule. Each work package in the WBS is associated with a cost estimate, which is tracked throughout the project. By breaking down the project into smaller tasks, it becomes easier to manage the budget and track expenditures during the scheduling process. 6. Progress tracking. As the project progresses, the WBS and the schedule work together to track and monitor progress. The completion of tasks in the schedule correspond to the completion of work packages in the WBS. By updating the schedule regularly, project managers can ensure that the project stays on track and within scope. 7. Integration with scheduling tools. Most project scheduling software like Microsoft Project or Primavera 6 P6 integrates WBS elements directly into the scheduling process. The WBS serves as the foundation for creating and organizing the schedule, ensuring that every task has a clear place in the overall project hierarchy. Examples of WBS integration with scheduling. In a construction project to build a hospital, the WBS might include work packages like site preparation, structural construction, and installation of HVAC systems. Each of these work packages would be detailed further into specific tasks, and these tasks are then entered into the project schedule. Work package WBS. Foundation construction. Schedule tasks. Excavation. Start date day 1. Duration 10 days. Schedule tasks. Pour concrete. Start date day 11. Duration 5 days. Work package WBS. Building framing. Schedule tasks. Erect steel structure. Start date day 16. Duration 20 days. By linking the WBS and the schedule, project managers can track task progress, identify potential delays, and manage dependencies to keep the project on track. The work breakdown structure, WBS, is a critical tool for defining the scope and organizing the work of construction projects. It provides the foundation for creating detailed project schedules, estimating resources, and tracking progress. By breaking down the project into manageable units, the WBS ensures that nothing is overlooked.